Everyone loves Bluey and all the fun the little dog gets into. But did you know that amidst all the amazing and entertaining episodes, there are moments where the characters speak directly to us? In the episode Spy Game, several of the kids are pretending to be spies and trying to control what the adults do as if they were magicians. Bingo is trying to join the game but is somewhat excluded for being the youngest. After everyone fails to complete their missions, Bluey's younger sister finally manages to become a spy too. She controls the adults during the game, and everyone celebrates by looking directly at us, the viewers. It feels like we're part of the game too. Now that's a clever way to break the fourth wall. But do you know what breaking the fourth wall is? No, that's not it. In a movie or series, breaking the fourth wall is when a character talks to the audience or shows that they know it's not real life. Now, let's check out all the times this happens in the animated show of the Blue Pup. So, ride this wave, because another Cinewave is starting. In the episode Puppets, Unicorn shows up to try and put the Healer household in order. But of course, even though he's annoying and doesn't even like to take baths, Bluey and Bingo still love him. As everyone knows, this character is a puppet controlled by Bandit. The girl's dad uses him to try to teach some important lessons to his daughters. However, it's hard to convince the two of them, even with a puppet, and at one point, Bandit looks directly at us and grumbles, saying the problem is that he gets himself into these situations. The situation got really complicated for the girl's dad, as he had to vent even to the audience. And in the same episode, we get another crazy fourth wall break. We literally see the hand of one of Bluey's animators creating various parts of the show, and the next day Bluey wakes up and says she had a strange dream.
Wow, that was a weird dream.
Wow, how crazy to think that Bluey is in a cartoon, we know that, and while she was asleep, she found out too. I was super confused watching this, but not as much as Chili looking at her two daughters. They are pretending to be elderly women and debating whether grannies can or can't do the floss dance. It's really an important question, right? Bluey and Bingo make such a mess that their mom can only look at us, wondering if anyone can explain the situation to her. Sorry, Chili, but I don't have an answer for that question either. What's cool is that this happens with other characters too. For example, this moment with Bandit in the episode Born Yesterday, where he also looks confused at us. Yeah, the parents of these two need to be ready for anything. And it's not just the adults who get confused, the same happens to Mackenzie while he's playing with his friends. For most of the game, everything is normal, everyone is playing properly until there's a sudden change and they all start imitating cats. Dude, Mackenzie's confused expression looking at us from the other side of the screen is hilarious. Looks like he wasn't ready to do such an imitation. And if you're enjoying discovering these Bluey details and liking the video so far, comment #look below. Do you remember the episode called Bingo? On that day, the Red Healer has to play alone when her sister goes to Chloe's house. The youngest family member is super confused because she always has company in her games and tries to invent ways to have fun without other kids. She then starts playing I Spy with My Little Eye, the game where she looks at something, gives clues, and the other person has to guess what it is. But she forgets that she's alone, and that's when she looks directly at us. She says she was looking at the green carpet. So throughout that game, Bingo wasn't playing alone, but with us. Wow, that's crazy! In the episode Hairdressers, one of the funniest fourth wall breaks happens in this cartoon. Bluey calls her sister to play, and they decide to pretend to be hairdressers. Their first customer is Chili, and soon after, Bandit also arrives to get his hair done. It's exactly when the girl's dad pretends to be a handsome rich guy at the beauty salon that the two discover that their dad has some unwanted bugs in his hair. At that moment, breaking the fourth wall, they change the episode's name to Nits. Their dad even tries to say he doesn't have lice, that he actually has dandruff, but there's no escaping the truth. And the girls run after him to get rid of the lice anyway. Poor Bandit, but if he was confused, imagine us! Speaking of titles being changed in the middle of the story, that wasn't the only time this happened in the animated Blue Dog show. In the episode Tickle Crabs, the girls are super excited and want to play tickle games. As soon as Chili hears this, she runs out of the room to avoid getting tickled. The kids keep insisting that their dad play with them, even though Bandit just wants to relax on the couch. But as soon as Bluey and Bingo look at us and try to say the name of the episode, Bandit cuts them off, interrupting the show's opening. Man, it's so funny. Look at the girls' faces looking at us, trying to say the show's name, but their dad interrupts them. Don't worry, girls, even if he's tired, your dad never lets you down, especially because you use your secret weapon, the cute face. After lots of pressure and telling their dad he doesn't love them, the girls finally get to play Tickle Crabs and the episode's title appears. Yeah, these girls know how to get what they want. even Bandit admits it. If you also love Bluey and her fun facts and are enjoying this video, quickly click the subscribe button, turn on the bell, and enjoy. And Winton also knows how to get what he wants. This English bulldog has his own special way, and even though he says his breed is very obedient, I find him quite mischievous. In the episode Stories, we get a glimpse of the kid's school routine, and Calypso, as always, is very patient with everyone. Indy gets upset because the Play-Doh horse she makes looks more like a cow, while Winton is causing trouble with the Play-Doh. The long-haired dog gets so upset that the episode almost ends early, but Winton won't have it and destroys the credits to stop that from happening. Yes, he destroys the technical advisor's credits. Now that's breaking the fourth wall. Indy then decides to try again, and with the bulldog's help, she finally manages to make a horse out of beeswax. But the crazy things in this same episode don't stop there. When Indy finally makes the little horse and celebrates with the other kids, it's time to choose a name for it. And while everyone is debating what would be the best name for the horse, a horse enters the room through the window and says that Major would be a good name. A talking horse invading the school and everyone treating it normally. Yep, that's the world of Bluey. In the episode Flat Pack, Bluey and Bingo's parents are trying to assemble a rocking chair while the girls have a lot of fun with bubble wrap. They're pretending to be frog dogs. However, when we see the adults again, they're confused because assembling the chair is tricky. So, trying to help her husband, Chili says they should follow the instructions, which are marked on the box by a cartoon dog. But Bandit replies that he's not going to take advice from a cartoon dog. Besides Bandit's attitude being kind of off, since those were the instructions, we need to mention the irony because he himself is a cartoon dog. And even though it's a children's animation, everyone knows that Bluey wins over everyone, and many families watch the Little Blue Dog show. So it's common for some parents to follow Bandit's lead, that is, advice from a cartoon dog. In this, we see that Bluey broke the fourth wall again, and this time with the adults. And since we're talking about him, let's move on to another time Bandit broke the fourth wall in this amazing show. While his wife and daughters are playing in the living room, Bandit enters the room. This would be normal in the Healer family's routine, but what's weird is that Bandit announces his entrance as if he knows we're watching.
Dad enters the room.
Aside from being very different from what we usually see, it's super funny. He's talking differently to us. It's like he knows this show is on TV screens all around the world and wants to strut like a model and grab attention. Man, I've never seen him like this before. But really, if the girls are so creative and lively, they must have inherited it from their dad, right? Since Bandit sometimes dives headfirst into their games and even created Unicourse. Animation really runs in the family. Next time I watch Bluey, I'll be sure to look out for if the characters talk directly to me at some point. We've selected 2 really cool videos that are just for you so that you can keep enjoying fun content here with us. Just pick the one you like the most and click on it. Thanks, enjoy the video!